This video is mainly about rational functions. Now we are given the function x minus 4 over x minus 2 times x plus 6. Now we are asked to get the domain, the vertical asymptote, the horizontal asymptote, the intersection point, and the zeros of the function. Now for the domain, we have the domain x such that x is not equal to 2 and negative 6. For the vertical asymptote, we look at the denominator of the function. So we should find the value of x which will make the denominator of the function equal to 0. So it is x is equal to 2 and x is equal to negative 6. Now for the vertical asymptote, we look at the degree of the function. The numerator has a degree of 1 and the denominator has a degree of 2. Now since we know that the degree of the denominator is greater than the degree of the numerator, then we can say that y lies on the x-axis, or y is equal to 0. For the intersection point, we substitute the value of I in f of x, so that 0 is equal to x minus 4 over x minus 2 times x plus 6. And we'll get x is equal to 4. So the intersection point is 4 and 0. Now for the zeros of the function, we should look at the numerator of the function, in which will make the function equal to 0. So that's 4. Moving on to our second problem, we are given f of x is equal to x minus 5 times x plus 3 over x plus 1 times x plus 7. The domain is x such that x is not equal to negative 1 and negative 7. For the vertical asymptote, we look again at the denominator. So that's x is equal to negative 1 and x is equal to negative 7. For the horizontal asymptote, we look again at the degree of the function. Since we have the same degree in the numerator and the denominator, then we just look at the ratio of the coefficients of the leading coefficients of the numerator and the denominator. So that's 1. So our horizontal asymptote is y is equal to 1. For the intersection point, we just substitute the value of y into f of x, which is 1, and then do your algebra to get the value of x, and then x is equal to negative 11 over 5. To get the 0, we look again at the numerator of the function. So we have zeros, 5, and negative 3. For our last problem, we are given f of x is equal to 2x minus 1 times x plus 8 over x minus 9. So we have at the domain x such that x is not equal to 9. For the vertical asymptote, we look again at the denominator. So our vertical asymptote is only x is equal to 9. For the horizontal asymptote, we look again at the degree of the numerator and the denominator. Since we have a degree of the numerator is 1 greater than the degree of the denominator, then we don't have a horizontal asymptote, but rather we have an oblique asymptote. Now we have to solve for the oblique asymptote by dividing the given function using synthetic division. Now you can look at synthetic division in my other blogs so that you know how to do or perform synthetic division. So we divide the coefficients 2, 15, and negative 8 by 9. So we bring down 2, multiply by 9, we get 18, add it by 15, we get 33. And we stop from there. So we have y is equal to 2x plus 33. To get the intersection point, we again substitute the value of y into f of x, and then do your algebra. And once you perform it correctly, you will not get a valid answer. So which gives us the idea that there is no intersection. We get the zero of the function, by looking at the numerator, 2x minus 1 and x plus 8. So you get the zeros 1/2 and -8.